boards for clues, while those representing the dachi flung mud at each other as if toying with feces. The audience appeared gripped by the experience, but Axon squirmed as if they all looked at her on a stage. Her eyes roved upward, taking in the 100 arches that braced the wide ceiling. Asterling Theatre had been constructed over a century ago by Zev's distant ancestors, and was a testament to Eastern achievement. They had autocarts and flameless candles and all manner of wonders throughout the city, none of which required casting spells. Yet Axon would have preferred to be back on the frontier, mounted on a horse, and taking in the fresh morning air of the forest, or a farm, or even the stench of a roadside tavern airing out from the previous night. She glanced towards the archway exit. On stage, the actors representing Zev, Mr. Duke, and her all sat at a long table as they interrogated another actor portraying Phylune. She looked back at the exit. That's when she saw the Vashan. He wore a tan cloak and black boots. A simple shirt covered his broad chest. Like all Vashan, he wore a wooden mask painted red with white designs. Each design was unique, and this particular one had painted cracked lines as if his face might chip away. Axon had read about the Vashan, an insular religious group that stayed out of view most of the time. They believed in the thousand-faced god, who left the world ashamed of what he had created. Waiting for his return, they devoted their lives to reshaping the world in expectation of a great reward when the day arrived. But all their work tended to be done quietly and in the shadows. Odd that one would show up at such a public gathering. Odder still, the Vashan appeared to be staring back at her. The pretend world on stage and the real world surrounding her both disappeared as her old instincts fired off. Something about the way this man stood like a cat ready to dash off, the way he inclined his head as if trying to communicate with her, the way he appeared calm yet out of place. It alerted Axon to potential trouble. Violent trouble. She weaved her way toward the exit, not easy when wearing the ridiculous fashions of the East, constricting dresses with flower-petal shoulders and immodest low-cut fronts, seemingly designed for the sole purpose of preventing women from moving like human beings. In the past, Axon had often mocked the ostentatious dress of the frontier court, but she found the fashion tastes of the Eastern rich no less ridiculous. However, she would have stood out in this crowd had she worn her normal work clothes, leather slacks, comfortable shirt and vest, and always her scabbard with the water blade. Offering apologies as she bumped into one person after another, she finally reached the hallway leading to the lobby. The Vashan had vanished. She hurried down the hall, her heeled shoes clicking on the century-old tile floor, a mosaic with a kaleidoscopic pattern designed to draw the eye away from the less impressive chipping walls. When she entered the lobby, she spotted a young constable standing near the entranceway. He wore the black cloak with white piping of a new recruit. No surprise there. None of the seasoned constables wanted to miss out on the show. "Excuse me, sir," she said. Tipping his round cap, eager to deal with anything beyond standing at the entrance, he hurried toward her. "Yes, ma'am, what can I do for you?" "Did you see a Vashan man come through here?" "A Vashan? No, ma'am, and don't you worry. I would never let those sorts into this fine establishment." "But he was in here. I saw him. He came this way." "No, ma'am. Nobody came this way except for you. Perhaps you need some fresh air or a cool drink. I hear it can get awfully hot inside. Makes the mind see all sorts of things." Axon's hand headed down for her blade, but, of course, it was not there. She thought about grabbing this idiot by the lapels and shoving him against the wall, but no good would come of that. While the constable could not be certain that she was a foreigner, he could make an educated guess. Her accent, her coarse hands, these alone betrayed that she was no well-born Eastern lady. I wonder what he would say if he found out that I could have been a princess. "Ma'am, are you okay?" Her thoughts must have risen to her face. She saw the confusion in his eyes, confusion and a touch of trepidation. With a healthy laugh, a voice from behind said, "If you kill him, it won't bode well for our peace negotiations."